Hello, thanks for joining us watching emag, your weekly news program. Here's a look on what's coming up in today's show. The International Center of Young Business Leaders General Assembly in Dakar, more than 5,000 participants to reflect on the status of self-entrepreneur. Survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombing in Gore, the peace boat stopped in the Memory Island. Its aim building a culture of non-violence around the world. A 25-year-old religious event determined to pilgrimage, the Our Lady of Peace Sanctuary being thus the rallying point of hundreds of Christians. And our guest, hip-hop singer Pap Samokoli. Entrepreneurship as a way to deal with youth unemployment. The idea is considered as a sustainable solution among governments, of course, but also global networks, notably the International Center of Young Business Leaders. The structure is implemented in Senegal. At the local level, it received this weekend 5,000 of its members. They will be reflecting on self-entrepreneurship. Pabunato reports.
Self-entrepreneurship as a solution to unemployment. The idea is gaining ground in Senegal. Still, access to funding remains a great concern.
Here in Senegal, we have a lot of young people. The population is mainly composed of young people, and they usually have lots of problems to find a job. And we think that today, to resolve that problem, we have to promote entrepreneurship, because it would allow those young people to create their own job and to create job for some of their peers, for example.
The International Center for Young Business Leaders frames a debate to alleviate the problems of young entrepreneurs. Basically, it's about a self-status which will be discussed during the General Assembly of the International Network.
This event is about entrepreneurship. In fact, we're talking about promoting the entrepreneurship spirit for young people. We're looking at CGD to settle one kind of school, the School of Entrepreneurship, and for that we will have trainings on entrepreneurship, trainings on financing the activity, or trainings on I don't know, how to create an enterprise or how to manage the enterprise.
More than 5,000 young entrepreneurs will take part to the event. The local branch of the International Center will also organize a caravan in order to promote the culture of entrepreneurship among young people in Senegal.
67 years ago, 2 atomic bombings were conducted in Japan, precisely in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Nearly 200,000 dead, an example of what is commonly called human stupidity at its maximum level. Never again is the key message among survivors of this tragic experience. Some of them were aboard the peace boat which stopped this week in Gore Island. It was in the framework of a caravan which aims at building a culture of non-violence around the world. Avanda reports.
During the final stages of World War II in 1945, the Allied of the World War conducted 2 atomic bombings against the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. The peace boat came from Japan. It has visited a lot of ports. During their visits in the Gore Island, the visitors developed many programs. The objective is to promote peace around the world.
It was for us an opportunity to learn about the history of Japan concerning the violence, and I think also that Gore Island is a good place for this kind of testimony, because Gore Island has also a history about a slave house, and it was an opportunity of brotherhood and change between the young boys of Japan and the young boys of Gore Island.
In Japan, a lot of movement towards nuclear abolishment is going on, and also I think it's very important for atomic bomb survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki visit the Goree Island to talk to the mayor, because this island is also victim and like a landmark for peace in the world, which is same as Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So I think Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and Goree Island should make a good friendship together from now on and in the future as well.
This boat strives to practice a progressive form of travel which aims to benefit people and communities at the local level, as well as created a more meaningful and educational travel experience based on people-to-people exchange for participants.
Religion now southern Senegalese city Sédhiou vibrated to the rhythms of the Temento pilgrimage, a great devotion moment for Catholics of the natural region of Casamance. There were hundreds to rally the Our Lady of Peace sanctuary of Temento to perpetrate a 25-year-old religious event. Armenian Tezesmo.
This 25th edition of the 2012 Catholic pilgrimage has been particular. It's the first time since 1988 that a Muslim authority attends the celebration of the faith in Jesus Christ. Great moments of prayers and worshipping the Lord. Young Catholics sing the joys of being Christians.
We came here to pray for peace in Senegal, for peace in Africa, and also for peace in Casamance. We need peace here. That's why you see that there is a lot of people who came here to pray, and I think that Our Lady of Peace will exhaust our prayers.
Another particularity which specifies the 2012 Temento pilgrimage, the presence of the Gambian diocese. Father David Jaju witnesses.
Well, you see, the Diocese of Ziguinchor is close to the Diocese of Banjul, and we are collaborating, we are coming together closer. Like if you look at it, the whole of West Africa, they have now the French-speaking and the English-speaking are now one. So since we are close to the Diocese of Ziguinchor, it's just to strengthen more the relationship or the good relationship between the Diocese of Ziguinchor and the Diocese of Banjul.
A lot of innovations that have been brought in regards with the organization of this Catholic celebration of Jesus, which will be certainly emulated.
The experience was quite intense in the sense that when I saw the statue of Mary being brought by the boat, it's a very touching experience. The women carrying the Virgin Mary, the statue of the Virgin Mary, is quite a touching experience, and you see so many people who were in intense prayer, not joking or something like that, but rather it was really an experience for me, very, very good, and I hope other people will also try to have such an experience. So I would also want to encourage the youth to be more strong in their faith, wherever they may be, whether in their, whether they are playing, or whether they are in work or whatever. Let them live out their religion.
It's with a lot of joy and self-satisfaction that these thousands of disciples have left the village of Temento. Next celebration on the third Sunday of the Lent of 2013.
Today our guest is a rapper and member of the hip-hop group Grandis Crew. With his bandmates, he advocates unity between Senegal and the Gambia. Pap Sambakoli is interviewed by the Manyond. I'm living my dream, it's my dream. People say my name, and no matter how hard I succeed, it's my dream. Because I'm living it.
My name is Pap Sambakoli, born Pap Sambakoli, and as an artist, my rap name is Naps, Naps, but I'm mostly called Naps and the Six. And the thing is, like, I have a Pap Sambakoli, stands as PSC Naps, with like resumes the name.
The name of the group, where does it come from?
Well, like the crew was formed, like I will come to the basics. It was formed back in 2005. It was in the Gambia. There was we were between brothers, like I call myself brothers and stuff like that. Between friends, we call ourselves brothers. We used to gather around, and we decided to form a crew, and that's how we started. We all Senegalese. Something I would like to let people know. We all Senegalese, but we're based in the Gambia. So we formed the crew, and in the start it was the gangsters crew instead of Grandis. So as time when we started realizing that we weren't like gangsters, we wasn't having guns and stuff like that. It was not our life. So we had to change that name. But there was one name that remained. We were mostly called G Crew. So we had to change the gangster, but the G had to remain. You know, so that's how one of our brother and inspiring brother, without whom we wouldn't have make it this far. I'm the last one, so I guess it's this name, Grandis.
Now tell me, what does your group stand for? You're talking about Grandis Crew, exactly. What's exactly your objective?
Well, we're trying to bring a message, a motivating message for the youth. So mainly, most of our songs are related to that, to Senegambia, Union and everything, to talk about how we are brothers and everything, talk about how peace should forever last between the two countries and stuff like that. And beyond that, we also talk about everything that has that is relating to the two countries. Unlike other rappers, we have another vision. Like when you see mostly in Senegal, when rappers talk about hip hop, most of the thing they do is about, you know, clashing the government. It's about talking how hard their life is about all this stuff, you know, always complaining. Why don't they give solutions? We complain. No, we try to hang the mirror and show everybody his face. This is who you are.
So can you tell me about your products yourselves and the singles you have released?
Well, first of all, from So Far Gone, we've got 2 mixtapes and 1 net tape. A net tape is it's like sort of mixtape you put on the net. It's for free. You know, the word says as well, net tape, you know, it's for free, you give it out. It's for promotional, promotional use only, you know. So we are planning to release another mixtape. The date is not yet fixed, so we had to get down with the tracks and everything first of all. And it's called So Far Gone, the Synopsis Mixtape. So it will be like a summarize of what we've been through from 2005 to now. And we've released a single called Living My Dream, which will be part of the So Far Gone, the Synopsis Mixtape. Right now, and the video clip has been shot right now and on YouTube and everything. And so far we're doing big because we're having 1,000 views right now.
What should be done to increase, the level of the rap in Senegal and in the Gambia?
Well, I think in Senegal, there's not that much things to do because it's already been taken far. We know that we're the pioneers of African hip hop, So with Senegal, things have been started since the 80s and stuff like that. So thanks to them, PBS and stuff like that, they motivated us and everything. So thanks to them. But in the Gambia, it's not that much the same way, because Gambia is a new hip hop country, I can say that, There've been rappers before, but rappers that made it big, you can find few with them, It's a small country, we can understand that. But there's talent and there's everything in there. But the problem is they lack promotion. In the Gambia, there are not that much shows on TVs. I talk about rap, not that much, the industry is kind of stacked. In Senegal, most of the time, when they do music, they only focus on the lyrics. They try to focus on what to say, lyricists and stuff like that. They're all over the Senegalese hip hop game, but most of the time they left apart the other part of hip hop.
Can you tell me about the relationships between Senegal and the Gambia? How do you see the diplomatic aspect of these two countries? Are they historically united countries? So what can you tell about it?
Well, to come about Senegal and the Gambia, I first say that it's 2 beautiful countries. I'm talking. First of all, I will start by the Gambia. I owe a lot to the Gambia. I owe a lot to the Gambia. It's a country where I grew up, a country, that I don't know how to say it, but I owe a lot to the Gambia. Honestly, I've been there. I met nice people and everywhere, and thumbs up, Gambia. I love the Gambia and everything. All my life I've been between the Gambia and Senegal. Let no other person from away come and destroy this thing we're having between Senegal and the Gambia. It's ours, My dream is to one day witness Senegal and the Gambia being one country.
Well, it is now time for this week international news roundup.
In Egypt, protesters marched in Cairo Thursday to demand justice for 74 people killed in football riots last February. Violent clashes between supporters of Port Said and Cairo's football team marked one of the deadliest incidents in football history. Egypt's Prosecutor General has ordered the prosecution of 75 people. US film actor George Clooney recently travelled to South Kordofan, a border region between South Sudan and Sudan. He accuses Sudan's government in Khartoum of war crimes with attacks on civilians. George Clooney met with US President Obama and testified before a Senate committee to urge the US authorities to resolve the crisis and persuade Khartoum to accept humanitarian aid. Malian refugees are fleeing fighting between Tuareg rebels and the Malian army in the north of the country. The refugees are arriving in increasing numbers in neighbouring Mauritania. According to United Nations estimates, 100,000 people have left the country since mid-January. Once they arrive in Mauritania, the refugees are sent to desert camps where there are problems of delivering humanitarian aid. Tunisia is hosting a conference on tourism a year after the country's revolution. The tourist industry still hasn't recovered in Djerba, a top tourist destination. The local economy is lagging as the number of visitors has dropped dramatically. The desert island is hoping that 2012 will mark a difference from last year. The number of people looking for work has doubled over the past 12 months.
Well, that's it for this news program. Join us next week, same time, same channel. Thanks for watching.